If you're looking to start your podcast but not sure which microphone you should pick, in today's video, I'm going to be discussing this guy right here, which is the brand new Shure MV7X podcasting microphone. And whoo, let me tell you, it is fantastic. What's up, everybody? This is Scott. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the Shure MV7X, which is an XLR dynamic microphone with a cardioid pickup pattern that's compatible with all audio interfaces, which is a professional solution for podcasters and musicians. Big thanks to our friends over at Shure for sending over this microphone and letting me check it out. Everything that you hear for this particular video is recorded on this microphone with no production done at all, except for maybe messing with the gain to make sure that it's not clipping. This particular microphone right now is being run through my Rodecaster Pro, and so everything that you hear comes out of that. Now let's talk about the look and the feel of this particular microphone right now. The MV7X is something that Shure comes out and says that it's perfect for recording in imperfect rooms. This microphone looks like a smaller version of the iconic SM7B, and it's basically a USB-less twin of the MV7 that came out last year. Again, much like the SM7B and the MV7 before it, this thing is built like a freaking tank, so you can see where Shure's going with this design. With said tank, the branding that is emblazoned on the side that you can see right here is still some of the same that was on the MV7 before. I know that people got twisted about that before, but personally, I don't really mind the branding on it. It doesn't really bother me at all. This all metal body construction includes a metal mount that you can see right here that can be used with a table or a boom arm. The MV7X aims to provide podcasters with an alternative, cheaper solution, and the MV7X is also a great secondary microphone for a current MV7 owner that wishes to add a guest or a second microphone to their setup to record multiple speakers with an audio interface. Like I mentioned before, this is an all-metal construction dynamic microphone that comes with a cardioid polar pattern, and this particular microphone is an XLR microphone, but you can use this via USB if you happen to have an XLR to USB cable like I do. Check up here, over here, or over here for a video where I talk about doing that. However, the best results come from being plugged in directly to an audio interface, and I just happen to have it plugged in, like I said, to the Rodecaster Pro. Podcasting and content creation has seen a huge upward trend in recent years, and the SM7B microphone has seen a similar trend in sales and demand, and the SM7B is aspirational for most. Let me just tell you, it was a $400, $500 microphone when I went out and got mine. Yet most creators do not have the budget or the setup to allow them to use that microphone to get the best results from the SM7B. And this is where the MV7 shines, honestly. A lot more affordable solution that doesn't require ample gain, and therefore it's compatible with most audio interfaces. Basically, a lot of the same stuff that went into the SM7B goes into this little guy right here, which means you're getting that nice, rich, warm sound from the SM7B without the SM7B costs. Now, it should be noted, I am not an audio engineer, and there are plenty of other YouTubers out there that's going to get into the technical details of this particular microphone. Might I recommend some of the ones I've either linked in the description below or thrown up a card over here to talk about, because they are fantastic when it comes to talking about the technical specs of each of these microphones. But the MV7 comes with something that Shure calls voice isolation technology. Effectively, it's a highly directional polar pattern that isolates your voice and removes the environment for those noise-free recordings. If you listen, I do not have a sound-treated room. This is what some of the sounds you could expect. Not sure if you heard anything other than my breathing, but I have a fan on my MacBook Pro running right now. Not sure if you could actually hear that. All of that stuff means it's going to key in on your voice to make sure you're not recording the room, kind of picking up those background noises that I had just mentioned when I just basically remained silent so you could hear what the room sounds like that I'm in. I really like the fact that Shure is taking the time to say, hey, let's have this great iconic look like from the SM7B now packed into an MV7 that's going to let me make even better in some software enhancements to it. Now, it's not all sunshine, rainbows, and roses over here. Let's talk a lot about this pop filter. Now, much like its twin, the MV7, I was worried about the MV7X pop filter when I first saw it. And the reason is it's a little bit on the smaller side. Like I mentioned in my MV7 video, that pop filter was a little less than ideal because of its likelihood to pop when making the P sounds or the S sounds. I'll do a quick test so you can hear the difference. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Sir, this is a Wendy's. If you like the sound that the SM7B lookalike pop filter, this one that I happen to have right here, the link is in the description below for this particular guy. Now, from a sound perspective, let's do a quick comparative read so you can hear what the microphone sounds like across a whole bunch of different devices. I have 3 methods that I'm going to record using this particular microphone. I'm going to use one, the Zoom P4 PodTrack. Everything that I've done right here today is using the Rodecaster Pro, and I'm also going to use a Pixel 5 with an XLR to USB cable. Now note, there is no post-production done on these at all. These are simply recorded directly into the device and posted here on Final Cut Pro, however I'm editing this video. The only thing that I'm going to do is mess with the gain to make sure it doesn't blow out my eardrums or blow out your eardrums. So here's what each of those sound like. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Unique, New York. Unique, New York. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Sir, this is a Wendy's. On the Rodecaster Pro, I have my settings about 75% of the volume slider using a cloud lifter with the gain set to approximately 17. On the Zoom P4, I have the limiter on, high pass on, and the volume set approximately to between 5 and 6. And lastly, on my phone, I have it plugged directly in running the Google Recorder app. Literally nothing else. That's exactly how I've done it. As you can tell, regardless of each of the methods I've used, the MV7X sounded rich, warm, full when I'm using it. Once you get the settings dialed in on each device, you can get some really, really good sound. But at the end of the day, would I recommend this microphone? I love the way that this microphone sounds. It's crispy without being too bright, doesn't hurt my ears at all when someone's using it. The tones that come out of it are warm and rich, and they're super pleasing to my ears. And for the $180 price point, it's entering into a really tough competition space. There's a ton of choices out there, which range from the $100 pod mic from Rode, the $150 Elgato Wave 3, and the $90 Neat Worker B microphone. The $180 might be a little bit tougher of a pill to swallow. But if you're looking to get a full, rich sound with similar specs and tones to that of the iconic Shure SM7B, and you're looking to purchase a few of these bad boys and deck out your entire studio, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. I love the fact that it's small enough to be portable, and the fact that even with an XLR to USB cable, I can still get that warm sound even with a phone. All in all, this is a really awesome microphone. Check the links in the description below if you want to check one out. So that's it. That's all I have. As always, like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment below, and we'll see you next time.